Hey folks, I'm Dennis. Thanks for watching my video. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a limp rope on a pull start. Let's get started. Now this is my old XL12 Homelight chainsaw. The pull start mechanism on a chainsaw, a weed eater, a lawnmower, pressure washer, they're all essentially the same. So this one obviously needs to be retensioned. First thing we got to do is take the starter off of whatever it is that it's on. They're, different shapes depending on what you're working on, but generally they're going to be attached the same way. They're going to have screws around the perimeter of the starter, and you've just got to take them off. So I'm going to do that here real quick. Some pieces of equipment will have different screws in different places, so keep them in order that you take them out so you don't get them in the wrong spot. Once you get screws out of it, you can generally just remove the starter. Now in this particular chainsaw, there's the start switch is attached to the starter, or the kill switch, so you got to unplug that. So once you got the starter off of whatever device you've got, and it's going to look a little different on certain things. This is an older one, so like the real metal, a lot of them now are plastic. Anyway, the problem is obviously that the rope won't go all the way in. So there's a couple things that we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do to try to see if we can just fix it without having to tension the rope is we're going to shoot a little bit of WD-40 PB Blaster or something like that, whatever you like to use as a all-purpose lubricant, down in there to get onto the spring. Well, the spring is going to be behind the spool in this housing. So you can get to it, from the behind the edge of this spool. Find you a spot, depending on your starter, back up in here where you can get the tube on your lube can, and just give it a shot behind that spool. You can do it in a couple of places if you want, but you want to make sure you're getting behind the back plate of this spool, and then just try to work that starter a little bit. And all right, see, you can see I think it drew that up a little bit, maybe an inch. The reason you want to do that is, first of all, the spring always could stand to be lubricated, and secondly, a lot of times what happens with these starters is the spring gets gummed up, it gets rusted, it gets full of crud, whatever, and it won't recoil right. So see, that's a little bit better, but it's still limp, and we don't want that to be limp. So anyway, just give it, work that lube in there a little bit. That's not going to hurt anything anyway. Needed to be done. Now what we got to do, since that didn't fix it, is retension the rope. To do that, we're going to need a small screwdriver or a pick. Any one of these will work fine. A pick is going to be the easiest thing to get it with. If you don't have that little small screwdriver, if you don't have one that small, just your smallest slotted screwdriver probably do the trick. We're going to pull this rope out. When you pull it out under some, and you get the spring under some tension, then you can just hold it. You can hold the spool in place like so with your thumb. So what you want to do is pull it out so that this notch, and all of them are going to have a notch like that, so that this notch lines up with where the rope is, and then just hold it in place. Take your pick or your screwdriver and pull that rope out like so. Okay, so you pull that out, get your rope in the notch, pull out enough to where you got a loop, and then you're going to tension that spring one full turn like that, where the notch is lined back up. Then pull your rope back through like so, and then let that go, and then that'll pull it up tight. Now, still not completely tight, so probably got to do another turn on this one, because it's still not pulling it back up, right? So we're going to do it again. You're going to pull it out so that your notch lines up with where the rope goes through. Take your screwdriver, your pick, whatever you got, pull that through like so. Get the rope caught in the notch, and then pull out enough for a revolution of the spool, And then you're going to tension that spring one full turn. Pull that back out. Make sure you get the kink out of it, which I didn't. Alright, like so, and then let it back in. Now it's properly tensioned. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do, you do have to make sure that when you pull the rope, that you reach the end of the rope before you over torque the spring. If you over torque the spring, then it's going to break it. Pull your rope out, hold your spool, pull your rope out, and then pull it so that where your knot is and your rope is tight, so that you're out of rope. Okay, and then if your spring can continue to turn past that, you're okay. Or you have too much tension on the spring, then what will happen is you'll run out of spring before your spool is all the way around to the end of the rope. That means if you pull it really hard, you're going to over tension the spring and you're going to break the spring. So like in this case, it's fine because that's the end of the rope. That's as far as I can pull it with the rope, but there's still spring tension left. Now I can put that back on, everything's good to go. Thanks for watching my video, folks. I hope it helps you out. Give me a thumbs up if you would and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you back soon. May God bless you.